Joining us now is former Baltimore police detective Joe Crystal. Joe's story was revealed by us on the I-Team, I guess the winter of 2014, when he claimed subject to allegations of witness intimidation because of his role in a police misconduct case. Joe is now working in another department in another part of the country, and we'll talk a little bit about that. First of all, you left the department a little less than a year ago. Why did you leave the Baltimore Police Department?
First of all, Ms. Miller, I wouldn't say I left. I was more forced out than anything else. I was forced out because the commissioner kind of made it clear to me that he didn't want me there. The things he told you guys in the media, I would have a fruitful career, things of that nature. They moved me around. I didn't even know where I was assigned to on a day-to-day basis. They were at that time even trying to investigate me, despite the fact that they told you guys, hey, we're going to get to the bottom of what happened with this guy. So it just got to a point where I realized I wasn't wanted there. And did I resign? Yes, I resigned, but it wasn't that I resigned because I wanted to. I was forced out by the department.
And I will add that you are in litigation. You have filed suit against the Baltimore Police Department. That is a pending case, just so we know what is going on there.
Yes,
but you have taken a role in talking about being a whistleblower. Why is it that in police organizations, and I don't say all, but that why there are so few of you that step forward and blow the whistle on what you perceive to be, an officer who does the wrong thing, officer who commits misconduct? Why are there so few?
From officers I've spoken to, specifically even within the Baltimore Police Department, is that they're scared. They hear stories like what happened with me, and they don't want that to happen to them. They have families, they have children. They're scared of losing their jobs. I know, like recently, other people have spoken about it. Even Sergeant Lisa Robinson, when she spoke about some of the officers in the Freddie Gray thing, they said Baltimore City has a stop snitching mentality. And that's something that needs to be addressed within the department, that we have to separate ourselves. We have to realize that we're police, and we have to hold ourselves to that higher standard. And I think at the end of the day, people don't like, I guess, feeding into the stereotypes that the people say about police. Everybody says police beat cops. Nobody likes to hear another officer doing it. And once somebody does that and kind of confirms some of the things people say, I think the people in the department kind of feel that you're not siding with the department, you're siding with the community.
What do you, from your perspective, and again, just to go over, I mean, what we reported at the time is that once you were identified as a witness in the case against two police officers, this all involved the arrest of a drug suspect. You were subject to taunting, harassment. Ultimately, you came out one morning from your home and found a dead rat on your windshield. Obviously, you perceived that as pretty clear messages that you were being harassed because of your role as a witness. From your perspective, what within a police organization needs to change to make it more accommodating for an officer who wants to step forward and report something they see that isn't right? What would make it more accommodating?
I think the number one thing is leadership. I think if you have leadership that you know supports that you know won't stand for that wants people to come forward and discuss corruption, you'll see officers do that because they'll think that, they will be protected. I don't think you ever come forward and speak about that and not expect a certain amount of something, some sort of blowback maybe, but I never personally, I know I've spoken to you about it, I never thought it was going to get to the point it did. And I think for people to do that, you need an administration, a person at the top that has integrity, that stands for the right thing, that doesn't cover things up. And if you have that at the top, it'll trickle down, and people will look to that person as the example they're supposed to be.
You worked under the Fred Bielfeld administration. You actually came on the force. He was commissioner when you came on the force.
Came into commissioner.
Then you also worked under the leadership of the Commissioner Anthony Batts. There's much being said about that as we speak. And you talked about the leadership issue. How is it for you personally going forward now? How much of this, of what happened to you here in Baltimore, carries with you wherever you go? In other words, do you have the reputation as the rat, as the guy who ratted out someone else? Do you have that? Does that follow you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. That's always how I'm recognized, or how I'm, viewed. Not necessarily that I ratted, where I work now. People don't necessarily say it that way, but I was the guy that, testified against cops and, was forced out of his department as a result of it. So it definitely follows me. It's one of those things, I became a cop and had all these visions of what I wanted to do and, what I would be, known for and remembered for. It's kind of, sometimes it's, I sit back and you think about it. I never in a million years thought, I'd be sitting here talking to you right now. about this specific topic, and be kind of almost a resident expert when it comes to that stuff.
Do you have a plan to, Michael Wood, a former Baltimore police sergeant, I believe, has been pretty public over the last few weeks. We've had him on our air talking about some of the things he witnessed as a police officer, and he's been, gone public. Is it your intent to be a public face of this story? There aren't many out there that have worked in policing.
I don't know necessarily about a public face. I mean, I have no issue talking about it, and I always tell people, I've talked to people within Baltimore police that have had issues and stuff like that. I think it's just more, I never want to see anybody, what happened to me happen to anybody else. It was by far the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life, and when I think about it, I sometimes even to this day get upset about it. And I never want to see anybody have to go through that. I want somebody to always know that they have some sort of support where necessarily I didn't have the support. So if I could help anybody, that's why I became a cop in the first place, Ms. Miller, is that wasn't that my parents were cops, it was the fact that I want to help people. And anything I could do, even to this day, that's what I want to do.
And you want to remain a police officer?
To be honest, ma'am, I would still love to be a police officer in Baltimore City. I love the city. I love the people. I generally like helping people and affecting people's lives in a positive way. And my heart is always going to be with this city, that this is where I want to be. But I guess, the commissioner and the upper command had different ideas.
And you are out of state now?
Yes, ma'am, in Florida.
All right. Okay. Joe Crystal, former Baltimore police detective, thank you for joining us today
Thank you for having me.
discussing what you've gone through in your own career.